Quick one, nothing here is financial advice. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only. Always do your own research or speak to a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Enjoy the episode and like and subscribe.
GM, welcome back to Blockmates TV. We have a tutorial and a bit of an explainer of ReadySwap in this one. So as you will have seen by now, it really is a Solana meme coin cycle. And to get yourself ahead of the pack when it comes to trading meme coins, you're going to probably want to use a bot of some sort. So let's look at ReadySwap and the bot that they've created. Have been using this for a little while. It is a very intuitive bot to use, and it comes with a load of customization, so you can actually tweak the bot just to your liking. So very much an interesting one. In this video, we'll do a tutorial of it and then move into some of the token-based stuff, value accrual, that kind of thing. So starting with the kind of how it works, and then if you wish to invest into the bot, we'll look at that at the end. Now there's a full article here that Emery created on blockmates.com. Check that out if you get stuck at any point. There's loads of useful guides within this. Now, as a bit of a market outlook for the bots generally, I've just pulled together a few here. We have Banana Gun, Unibot, and then ReadySwap down here as well. The bots typically come with their own tokens. And in terms of the scope, we can see the market leader is Banana Gun. Previously, it was Unibot. That was the first one out of the gates. But what this actually shows you with how things have played out, you can see a 200 mil market cap for Banana, Unibot down at 8, and then the up-and-comer ReadySwap around 6.3 mil. What this essentially says is if you are investing into a bot, you need the team to be highly responsive, continually pushing to make improvements, and bringing out unique feature sets that keeps it the freshest bot on the market. Otherwise, you have this kind of issue where you can be replaced by someone who is better. And I think Unibot actually acts as a very good case study in not innovating fast enough. Once you have a big lead in the market, it is not a given you retain it. So very interesting stuff. And as you can see, the market cap of ReadySwap 6.3 to 8.5. It can likely flip Unibot here. As what I'm going to show you, it has a very rich feature set. And just to add, why would you want to use one of these? Well, on the go, if you are moving about, maybe you want to enjoy yourself a bit more, you can trade easily on the go because these are Telegram bots. And that means obviously you have Telegram enabled on mobile. So all these features work on mobile, but also the bots are a lot more responsive. Sometimes you'll be on Jupiter Exchange trying to push through a transaction, or heaven forbid, you're actually on Radium itself. It is very buggy and laggy. And as we know, there can be fast-paced opportunities in this market, especially around meme coins. And so if you want to be reactive and you want to have a bot that actually executes pretty damn quickly, as we'll see with the customization that is available, well, then you'll want to use a bot. So do check out ReadySwap. We'll leave a link for it down below. So once you've clicked the link, you're going to be brought to the Telegram application, whether you're on mobile or desktop here. We're going to go through it on desktop, which will make it a lot easier to see on film here. And essentially what you're going to see first is a menu asking you to select your language. So obviously select your native tongue. And then once you've done that, it's going to pop up with your public and private key for this wallet. It's going to auto-generate you a brand new one. So I'll show you this one, but you would never want to leak your private key online, of course, because if you do have access to this private key, the wallet is essentially yours and you can just move the funds as you wish. So just to show you what you want to do with the private key, and to be crystal clear, never ever save this online ever, as people can easily hack your computer. But what you want to do with this is copy it. So we click it, we'll copy it. And as you can see, we're going to have Bird Eye up for this tutorial as well. But if we come to the Phantom desktop application here, and on the drop down, you can see my different wallets. And we've got our ReadySwap one enabled in here. So if you click on the plus icon to add a new wallet, and then it says import a private key, you would name the wallet. So this is going to be my ReadySwap burner. Never going to use this one again, do not worry. And then we're going to paste in the private key there and then click on the word import. So this just imported that wallet onto Phantom for us. So the reason for doing this is it's just going to be easier for you to move your funds to and from by having it integrated into Phantom somewhere you're probably a lot more comfortable actually utilizing. We'll use the bot for trading, but it's nice to have it here also stored on Phantom just for that ease of access. And then from here, you'd want to add some Sol because we need to trade using Sol. Press receive and then just copy your public key there. So that is your Solana wallet address. And you can see on the actual interface here of the bot, you can see that second wallet, this burner here, and the address is in here as well. A3 ends in W44. So I want to copy it from here, click on that, and then you can send funds to it. So either which way. Now with ReadySwap, you can create many wallets. So if you want to have multiple different wallets, you can go ahead and click wallet down here and then start generating new ones or import them from a current address that you're already using. I would of course advise against importing one of your wallets into the bot. If it's like your investment wallet, that would be an unwise thing to do. You're better off starting off afresh with small amounts of funds to trade only, and then practicing good risk management and taking profit from this bot back to maybe your investment wallets, as there's always going to be a bit of a safety concern around any Telegram based trading bots. Now, one of the key benefits of ReadySwap is the level of customization you can do with this thing. So we're going to go on to settings here, and we're going to start with the general settings. And as you can see, because I've created two wallets here, which one do I want these settings to apply to? We're going to go to the burner W2 here. So click on that, deselect W1. So wallet 2, the burner wallet we saw. We're just going to play with the settings here. So the first thing to do is click on trade settings. So here you have a full panel, and you can see all your various kind of default settings in here, where you're going to route your transactions through. So that will be through a Jito validator, the default tip level. So in order to get fast transactions and get your transactions put into a block, it's going to add a tip in Sol each and every time you transact on here. So this is going to be a lot quicker of an experience than what you probably have on Jupiter. You can see things like slippage, your gas limits, gas price, and these are all different feature sets that can be customized through here. So if we're going to just start here from the top layer. So essentially the first thing it's asking is, do we want to actually trade in wrapped Sol? Now, if you've noticed, when you route a transaction through a liquidity pool, it converts your token. So typically it'll be Sol into wrapped Sol, and then wrapped Sol into the asset you wish to buy. The same with ETH, routes through wrapped ETH and then to the token that you wish. So if you actually say you've got maybe 1 Sol on balance, maybe you convert to wrapped Sol like 0.9 of your Sol into wrapped Sol, and then that would be what you actually select to trade with. So this will be looking for your wrapped Sol balance then to actually trade with. And that again will be an additional improvement in terms of execution time for your transactions. So that is definitely useful for people who are looking to maybe snipe contracts or want to be very quick off the draw. The delay button here is if you are to snipe a contract, you can set a delay at which the actual bot's going to try and spam the contract for you and try and get a snipe transaction in. So look into this, as this could be useful if you are into sniping. This is probably quite high level, but what you can do is actually delay by, if you inserted say 5,000 milliseconds, that would be a 5-second delay. If I just press enter on there, it's just going to change the delay up here to a 5-second delay for sniping. Definitely something to look into if you do want to go down the rabbit hole of sniping contracts. Anti-MEV, so this is MEV protection, is on as default, which is obviously very good from a user perspective. Then we have the ability to tip and have a large tip for your purchases. So this is buying tips and sniping tips. So you can change the tip amount. The current tip is set to a default of 0.025 of a Sol. So that is 2.5% of 1 Solana per transaction. So that is going to be a cost to factor in. If you want to increase the tip, you are going to get faster inclusion into blocks. But I think for the most part, you can just keep that as the default here. Then as default, only Jito validators to process your transactions. That is selected to on. You can turn that off if you so wish. you then have a slippage button here. So the max slippage is set at default to 50%. So this is going to mean that if you try and ape in, it's going to have a wide margin for slippage. And this is going to mean it's highly unlikely your transaction fails due to a slippage issue. So as you've probably seen on Jupiter, it optimizes your slippage and then processes a transaction. But sometimes that does fail due to the fact the default slippage on Jupiter in the settings will be a lot tighter than this. So this is essentially another reason why your transaction is going to be more successful on ReadySwap. But if you want to bring that down, so say you want to bring it down to 35% just as a arbitrary number, press that, hit enter, and it's going to change the setting for you on your buys. So you can see that up there, buy panel slippage now 35%. So as you can see, we're just going through the different settings and what they do. And with this level of customization, you can really get maybe a few wallets set up, maybe have one for aping into new contracts or something like that, maybe more of a trading centric one as well, as we'll show you some of the parameters in a second as to how you can sell your tokens with stop losses, with take profit levels, etc., which is pretty cool. Now moving on, we have snipe slippage, same as setting your slippage for buys, but for those who are going to be sniping contracts. And then we have gas limits, gas price, and snipe gas. You can increase these to make your transactions more gas intensive, again, to increase the speed of this bot's execution. Then moving down to the sell panel, we have the same kind of setup here with your tips, your slippage, and gas limits as per buys. So if you adjust them in the buys and you want them to reflect in sells, just go through and re-enter the numbers that you've got so everything matches up. So maybe you want to reduce the slippage here onto the sell panel as well to 35. As an example, go to sell panel, slippage, type in 35, press enter, and that is done for you. Easy as that. Then the last thing to look at the bottom is the auto tip feature, which is by default enabled. And essentially this is going to dynamically adjust based on the current market conditions. How much of a tip are you going to give to the validators in order to get your transaction through? And the options here, medium, fast, and turbo. Turbo is selected as default there. And then you want to set the max tip cap. So obviously if there's a highly competitive LP pool you're trying to get into, a lot of people are trading it, this could take a larger tip and pay a larger tip from your wallet, but you can set a limit here so you can get priced out if the gas becomes too intensive. And this has got that at 0.1 sol. So an interesting thing to have here. I would just personally be leaving this with auto tip enabled, not be playing around with the tipping functions myself on here and leaving that on turbo, because essentially if I'm using a bot, I want it to be fast, responsive, and very unlikely to fail. Now let's go back out of here. So just coming back to wallet one here, because I want to configure this a little bit differently and have it as my kind of trading wallet while I'll have a bit of a strategy. So if you just go to general settings and you have your wallet of choice enabled, maybe it'll be the same one for yourself as the one we just looked at. Click on general, and this is where you can preset your stop loss and take profit hot buttons. So with this, you can program where you want to position your stop loss and after how much of a gain, how much profit do you wish to take, and what percentage of the bag are you selling at that TP. So if we just go down to SLTP, stop loss, take profits, click on that. And the current value here you can see set 100/50. This is currently stating that after a 100% gain on your asset, it will want to sell 50% to lock in that profit for you, essentially to give you a free ride. But we want to actually change these. And as you can see down here, it says reply to the message with your desired stop loss, take profit hot buttons. So if you wanted to do, I want to stop my losses at a 50% haircut. So if it's down 50%, I think this thing is just going to nuke straight down, keep going. And thus I want to get out of my bag. You would put in -50. Then for the take profit area, we're going to put /, and in this instance, we're going to say maybe 300% gain. And then another /, what percentage of the bag are we selling at those desired levels? And maybe you will want to sell the full stack at that point. So if it goes down 50%, you're going to cut your losses. You'll take a 50% haircut on the full stack. But if it goes up 300%, you want to exit the position there with that profit intact. So if that is your desired criteria, hit enter. And you can see from here, this has now changed on the interface itself here. So we've just customized that nicely. So as you can see, you could have maybe a few different strategies for different wallets programmed in by this ReadySwap bot. So let's just back out of here. So let's click on trades. Wallet 1 is selected, stop loss, take profit have been set. So if we just go back to Bird Eye, this is your home for all contract data, trading interface for Sol-based meme coins. It's the website we're probably all using each and every day, but we're going to pull the contract address if you haven't done this before. So you find the token of choice. So in this instance, we got Billy. Address is here. So this is the contract address. Copy to clipboard, back to the bot. We're going to paste it in and hit enter. And what you can see now in practice is the contract for Billy comes up, shows you the pool it's going to start to route through, market cap of the asset, the price of the asset. And we can see some of our presets and things we've changed on here, slippage rates, the turbo mode is enabled, max tip 0.1 sol, all that good stuff that we could adjust. And if you just see down here, bottom left, -50, 300, 100. So what you can do is click on our stop loss, take profits, get that enabled for this token here. And this is going to mean it's going to enact upon what we've input. If Billy goes down 50% from where I buy it, it's going to full stack sell the lot at that loss. But if it goes up 300%, it's going to full stack sell it all. And I'll be up 300% on that bag in Sol. So if you're away from the computer for any extended period of time, you want some strategies to test out, this is definitely the way to do it very easily and intuitively. Then if you want to go through your purchase and say you want to do one of the non-presets here, so maybe you want to buy 2 sols, we're going to click on that and reply to the message that pops up with how many sol you wish to purchase of said token. So 2, click enter, ensure you've got a balance on the bot, and that'll go through for you. If not, and you haven't got a balance, you'll get the error message that will pop up. Now, the next setting to look at here is the limit orders that you can set up. So we'll click on the settings button. We'll do this for wallet 2 this time. So wallet 2 is highlighted, and we're going to go to limit order settings. And the alpha in here on these settings is the one you can see at the top, limit protection percentage. This is potentially going to save your butt from getting maybe rugged on a token. So if we're going to click on this, it states the function will protect your buy limit orders in case price significantly moves past your desired trigger. So this could be an exploit, a rug, a whale just absolutely giga dumping, etc. And it says, for example, your buy limit order is -10% of current price, but the token suddenly drops 80% in one candle. This would trigger your order normally, say you're using Jupiter, but if you set your protection to 30%, ReadySwap will not execute that limit buy. So if the candle down is greater than your limit order protection that you set, it won't trigger. So they've got it set to 90% as default. So this would essentially mitigate against rug risk, as if it goes -90% in one fell swoop, it's probably a rug. However, if you want to change that to something a little bit less, so maybe if it goes -50%, maybe your limit order at 10% off the current highs is somewhere you're comfortable to buy, but if it dropped to -50% in that one candle, maybe you don't want to be buying in and being, as you'd expect, probably underwater straight away. So this is something to definitely think about using and adjusting as per your own parameters. So you select your limit protection percentage and then press enter, and that will change the setting for you. Then if we just go back to the main menu, press return. So from the main menu, we're going to go to limit orders. I have previously set one up on here, playing things around earlier. And what you can see on here, you can create a new one or you can edit an existing one. I'm going to click on the name here and say we want to buy a sol's worth of the token. We enter that in as 1 sol. So buy 1 sol. This is going to be a dip buy. We're going to do a limit down a certain percentage There's presets. Do you want to buy 10% off current market price, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%? Maybe we'll do 40% just to change things up here. And then how long do you want this limit order to sit for? And you can change that from an hour, 4 hours, all the way up to 7 days there. So you have funds in your wallet, good to go. You come through the settings, create your limit order, then press save, and it will enact upon this if and when your criteria gets hit. So as you can see, Capricon Monkey is the token there. Current price $14.75. Looking to buy 1 sol's worth at a 40% discount, which prices that at power to the 3, 8851. So pretty easy to use. Yet again, definitely worth giving this a good go. Then if we just go back to main menu settings and we go to auto buy, this is currently set to X. If we click on auto buy, just look at this. This is an advanced feature. So if you want to set this on, say, one of the wallets you set up, as soon as you paste a contract into the bot, it will auto buy the specified amount that you set in here. So you could potentially set up a kind of ape wallet, press OK on here, that maybe you want to utilize as kind of, I spot a new trendy thing. Every time I paste that in here, I'm going to set it up so it buys 1 sol's worth. And you do that as a bit of a strategy. Now, this of course would be a very much more advanced strategy, something degens may want to get their hands on. But again, another one of the rich features on here, worth exploring. Then last thing on the settings page, if you go to trade presets, if you want to ensure that your transactions go through pretty much each and every time without a problem, you're going to pay high gas, priority fees, etc. A big priority tip given to GTO validators, click on Pro down here. This will override any of the previous settings that you've set up for things like slippage, anti-MEV, gas limits, gas price, etc. But this will just put you onto their Pro mode kind of setting. So this is something also to consider. Then last but not least, let's just go into trade. Let's go on to one of the old favorites. We've got WIF here, get the contract address back into the bot. We're going to paste that in. From here, by using the bot, you can see all the links to the likes of RugCheck, DexTool, DexScreener, BirdEye, SolScan. If you want to go and check out the likes of who are the biggest holders, etc., all that stuff, all the links are present here for you. And if you simply just want to come through and buy like 1 sol's worth, you just go ahead and give that a click, just ensuring you have a balance, and it will buy that for you. Then if you want to see your portfolio, maybe you've been doing a few trades, at the bottom / and P and portfolio will pop up and it will show you your holdings. That'll then give you an update on your current positions that are open, and from there you can do any management if you so wish. Set your stop loss, set your take profits, sell the tokens from there. Just use that as your kind of home dashboard then. Then back to the Phantom wallet. As we saw earlier, we use our ReadySwap based wallets. Go to your Sol balance, and then if you've got a balance, you can just withdraw that neatly from here into another wallet, maybe your safer long-term, hopefully on a hardware device, stack of Sol-based meme coins and Solana tokens itself. So I think overall, just having the dual usage, importing the wallet into Phantom is going to be a major help as well. But using the ReadySwap bot is definitely going to get you ahead of the crowd. And as the market cycle picks up here, I think getting any edge you can and using these tools are definitely going to give you an extra advantage in the market. So let's focus on token, fees, value, accrual. So we can see ReadySwap, 89 cents currently, market cap, a micro 6.4 mil. If you come down to the circulating supply here on CoinGecko, you can see the full breakdown of this token in terms of total supply is currently 9.1 million. It is a deflationary token by nature, so they use a fixed percentage, I'll show you in just a second, of the revenues to buy back and burn the token. The max supply was 10 mil. It's coming down. There's a little bit of token unlocks as well on here as part of the mix, but currently they've burned around 4 to 4.5% of total supply, and this is the full chart of ReadySwap. So it's only been trading, and the bot went live in May. So pretty good going for a young project. And I think the general trajectory of this is up, as we've seen with Unibot, down. And then you have the market leader, the likes of Banana. Now, there is a referral program And this is a basis of the fees as well. So as you'll see here in the blue, ReadySwap charges a 1% fee on all buys and sells on the bot. So that is taken on your trades for using the bot and using their system, but a lot of that does go back into the ecosystem itself. So 20% of the fees are used to pay referrals first and foremost. There's a Blockmates referral link down below. Give it a click if you're going to try this out. Help us all out. And then from there, so once they paid referrals, then out of that 1%, 58% of that is used for buyback and burn. 6% goes to the Illuminati DAO, 6% to the ReadySwap treasury. Illuminati DAO are the incubators of this project, and they are definitely steering this in the right direction. Think of this project as really a project built by degens for the degens, and I think this is why it's so customizable and such a good feel to it when using it. And then further to this, 30% of the fee is taken as a dev fee for future development of this platform. Within the docs page, you can see the breakdown of the token release here. So 25% went to a seed round to actually bootstrap liquidity. All those tokens were released straight out the gate, so there's no overhang from that. The bot used to be called ToughBot. It's been rebranded, as with the help and incubation from Illuminati DAO to ReadySwap. 25% therefore of these tokens were airdropped to the Tough holders from previous, 14% for liquidity, and then here are the tokens that are still to vest. So 10.5% to treasury, and there's an unlock over a 10-month period. So each month since TGE, now forward to 10 months, so should be around March of 2025. This batch here, the marketing batch, sex listings batch, and also team advisors, they've all been locked for the same duration. So there is some overhang here, not a huge deal, nothing to really scare you off as an investor, but definitely something to be aware of when looking at this from an investment standpoint, as there will be consistent unlocks. This is why on the bubble maps you've got some rather large holdings, the treasury wallets, etc. in here, and then some of the earlier investors and advisors will be some of the larger bubbles in here. And further to this, a little bit further out, some of these wallets have like 30, 40k USDs worth of tokens, and they seem to be from the early seed round. And quite interestingly, people have obviously taken profits, but I haven't really seen too many selling out their full stack. People are bullish on the project, I would suggest, from that data. So in total, this bot has processed $362 million worth of trade, generating almost $3 million in revenue, currently around 15,500 users. And this user base are likely to expand greatly over the course of this bull market. So as we saw, buybacks and burns are a centerpiece of this. There was revenue share where you had to hold 10 RS tokens to get in with that, but they have ceased this in order to help bolster token price and burn more and more tokens. So they said this, we're now shifting it all 100% to buybacks, so buyback and burns, putting the rev share on ice, and they want to burn as much supply as possible at these low prices is their kind of outlook here, and they're really on track to do that. Then as we saw, referrers getting a good chunk of the total fees, so definitely worth having a look at if you have a network you can also tap into. And then to the treasury of themselves and the Illuminati DAO also. But on the roadmap here, there are going to be X rewards. So I was thinking about this. If they've stopped giving rev share, and the rev share was buying back the token on the open market and then distributing it as their ReadySwap token, potentially what they'll do is bring back the rewards, but in a different token. Maybe native Sol would make more sense to reduce that sell pressure on their own token. They're going to bring out a dashboard v2 and something called pump.fun plus. So they're definitely tapping into the meme market in a major way here, looking at base, Ethereum, and what they call ReadySwap Ultra as well. So they're going to be busy boys, as I say, built for the degens, by the degens, a profitable entity here doing some major buyback and burns of the tokens. And as per the overview we saw earlier, looks likely they can flip Unibot here. Banana again then is the head honcho in this Telegram trading bots arena. And I think once Banana starts to reprice a lot higher, this narrative picks up. You're going to see RS token do particularly well. So definitely give this a try for yourselves. Check out the link down below, play with these features, try and get yourself a bit of an edge in this market, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.